Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Have You Heard? And as you can see, we are doing another Kate Bush song, and this is from the album that keeps on giving, The Sensual World. And I say that because every time I listen to it, I hear something new, I pick up something different. There's so much going on. And it's a kind of like it's a new, more mature Kate, isn't it? After all of the success of her Hounds of Love, she comes out with this masterwork. Now, it's been over a month since we've done any Kate Bush on the channel, and of course that was our first epic track review, which was The Ninth Wave, the whole of side 2 of the Hounds of Love. And if you haven't watched that, give yourself 25 minutes and go and have a listen. Absolutely brilliant. My analysis is a tad ropey, but you'll enjoy the music. Today, we are going to be doing Heads We're Dancing. Now, the subject matter to this song is quite remarkable. And if you don't know it, we'll keep you in bated breath until after the song's finished. If you do know it, of course you know. And you'll be going, "Oh, Richard, what on earth are you doing?" But let's talk about the song after we hear it. Let's listen to it now. It's just over 5 minutes of absolute. What's the nobody else makes music like this. I think that's why I'm struggling for words. Let's listen to the song. Heads We're Dancing. It would have been the last track on side 1 of The Sensual World. Released, 1989, wasn't it? And it got to number 2 in the UK, number 43 in the States. US citizens, what were you thinking? Sorry. Let's go. Heads We're Dancing.
Was 39 before the music
Yep, the album that keeps on giving. 1989 this was, and I guess maybe it sounds a bit like 80s, but it sounds like something a hell of a lot more futuristic to me than just the run of the mill late 80s stuff. But that's the music, and we'll get onto that in a moment. The lyrics, of course, um, it, it's about a girl who's at a dance in 1939, and a suave, handsome, sophisticated man comes up and tosses a coin and says, "Heads, we're dancing." And she doesn't know who it is until the next day when she sees his photo all over the front page of the newspapers, and it's Adolf Hitler. Now, only Kate Bush could write a song with that subject matter. Um, Goodness gracious me. Uh, it's it's a fascinating the origin story. I was reading up, of course, doing my homework, and the origin story is that she there was a family friend of hers, who was having a dinner once and met this charming man who was very good company, and they had a wonderful evening together, laughing and joking. And then the friend only found out the next morning that the person that he had had a great night with was Oppenheimer. And because of what he was involved with, this friend despised Oppenheimer, and so, of course, was in an absolute state of shock. How on earth could they have been so friendly and had such a great time with someone that they absolutely despise? And Kate started thinking about that as a concept. Um, what would it be like if you had an evening with the devil, but you didn't know it was the devil? And of course, the devil is slippery and charming and um, well spoken and a delight, of course. But underneath, we know what that's all about. And so she wrote a song based on that thought, that premise. And she thought, who's the most devilish person, the most evil person of all time? And of course, she chose Hitler. Very brave, of course, because that does open oneself up to all kinds of alternative thinkings from people who obviously have a whole lot of hate towards Hitler, which of course is the rest of the world, but some even more than others. Um, but anyway, what a song to put onto a pop album. Well, of course, it's not pop because it's Kate Bush, so it's anything but pop. It's not rock, it's Kate Bush music. That's all it is. There's no other category you can put it in. But doesn't it sound so wonderful? It's edgy. Um, Stuart Elliott's playing synthetic drums. They must be electronic of some kind. Those drums are very synthetic. Mick Kahn of Japan, the band, not the country, um, the punk and post-punk band Japan, is playing. I think it's a fretless bass, isn't it? Um, and she was most impressed with him. Um, Whether that was a surprise or not, I wouldn't have thought so. I'm sure she would have done her homework beforehand. But Mick Kahn's on bass. Still boyfriend at the time, Del Palmer, is on rhythm guitar. Alan Murphy on guitar. Alan Murphy, of course, who tragically died of AIDS about 2 years later, and that hit Kate terribly. Who else? Oh, yes, we've got a cellist, Jonathan Williams. We've got Nigel Kennedy on viola. Now, Nigel Kennedy is basically the classical musician who brought the classics back to the man in the street in the 80s and 90s in the UK. Very ordinary kind of a chap from the Midlands, from where I was from. Supports my football club, Aston Villa. But he was playing viola there. Had to get that in. And the arrangement of the strings was Michael Kamen. Now that whole coda, that finishing section, is absolutely astonishing, with Kate's piano notes sort of sprinkling through. The strings are kind of bending. You've got the bass doing its stuff in there. Um, it's really, really impressive and original and um, invigorating, I think. Yeah, there we go. I've had my piece. Why don't we do more Kate Bush, Richard? We must do more Kate Bush. This is, I think, our sixth Kate Bush song that we've done. The other five are in a Kate Bush playlist. If you haven't heard them yet or watched them yet, please do so, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. We hadn't done anything from the Sensual World before, so I'm very pleased we got into this album. And of course, there are still a few albums that we haven't touched yet. We've done two from the Dreaming, we've done the title track, and we've done Suspended in Gaffer. We've done the saxophone song from the debut. We've done the Ninth Wave, and we've done a director's cut song. Can't remember which one offhand. But anyway, that's Kate Bush. Please put some comments below if you want any more Kate Bush songs. Please give me a list. It makes life a hell of a lot easier for me. Otherwise, I'm agonizing over what song to play. And I mean, there are so many to choose from. I always wonder, am I choosing the right one? Well, in the end, I just went for one that absolutely staggers me, and that's what I've done here. Yeah, like and subscribe, please. We want to get out to more and more people, and subscriptions and thumbs ups help us do that. It helps the algorithm. But that will be it, I think, for now. I've talked for far too long. I hope you join us on tomorrow's video, because we do one every day. And of course, tomorrow's video will be a Friday. So it's a yes one tomorrow. Yes Friday. But until then, hopefully I'll see you there. Cheers, everybody.